Hello guys, we're back again guys with another video. Right now in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I trade ICT kill zones. All right, I'm going to be showing you guys how I trade ICT kill zones, and to be frank, I have been backtesting this strategy. It works 90% of the times, guy. Right now I want you to stay to the end of this video so that you will see, or you would know how I trade using this particular key zone. All right, now stay tuned. After the video, after the intro video, I'll be back. See you guys soon. Alright guys, welcome back. And in this video, like I said earlier, I would be teaching you guys how I trade the Asian key zone, guys. I'm going to be teaching you guys how I trade the Asian key zone. But then, if you haven't watched my previous videos, make sure to watch them before coming back to this particular one, because they correlate. All right, because they correlate. Now, first of all, guys, what are key zones? All right, what are key zones? Key zones are times in the market we can expect the best setup, and they frequently give you optimal trading entries for high probability scalp trade. All right, now with the free Asian key zone indicator by NSRC group, it will automatically be displayed on your chart. All right, so I'll show you guys how I add this indicator on my chart and take trades. All right, now if you look at my chart, you would basically see lines. All right, you basically see lines. Now these are certain psychological levels I believe price will pull through. All right, now if you look at my chart, basically you would realize that as price is going all the way down, it always, bounces at these lines. All right, and continues down. It bounces at the line, or almost around the line, right? Or almost around the line. You can see this push, you can see all of these guys. Right now I'll make a video and show you guys how this works. All right, now basically I've backtested this strategy only on gold. All right, only on gold. I've not checked it out on other pairs, but for gold I've backtested the strategy and it works 80% of the time. Rather, sorry guys, 90% of the time. Right, it works 90% of the times. Now with this free Asian key zone, right, I'm going to show you guys how you can add the indicator to your chart. All right, now if you're not familiar with the characteristics of market sections and simply executing trades random times throughout the day, you are missing an important aspect of trading, the timing. All right, you're missing an important aspect of trading timing if you're not familiar with the characteristics of the market. I'm going to share a powerful key zone trading plan developed by using the concept of ICT, guys. Now I know many of us tend to understand ICT video, to understand ICT, the inner cycle. Right now in this particular video I'm going to show a powerful key zone trading plan that is developed using the ICT concept, right, and how to identify liquidity levels, supply and demand areas with best trading opportunities. Now what you need in this particular strategy is a sweep either to the upside or the downside, and then a market structure shift. Now remember I said I'm going to talk about the psychological levels in another video, right, in another video, so you would understand how I tend to place my risk management using this particular strategy. All right, now if learning advanced trading concept, strategies, entry reasons, and how to stay disciplined with the trading plan interests you guys, please subscribe to the channel, right, so that you enjoy more trading content. Right, please guys, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time coming to my channel, right, I beg you, please subscribe to the channel, right, and like, share and comment right now. So let's dive into this video, guys. Now looking at this, if you look at my chart carefully, you would agree with me that you can find certain boxes, right? You can find certain boxes. Okay, you can find this particular box right here, right? You can find this particular box right here. Now these boxes are what? They are kill zones. They are kill zones, the Asian kill zones. Now let me remove the Asian kill zone. All right, let me delete it. Right, so I will show you guys how we add it up, right? Now what you need to do right here is to move to your indicator indicators. Move to your indicators, such as you can see right here, guys. Such as you can see right here. Move to your indicators right here, guys. Add up the indicator, click on the indicator, right? You can even use it in your mobile, right? You can use it in your mobile phone. Now what we need to search is Asian Killzones, Asian range and kill zones by NSR group, right? Now once you find this, all you need to do is to just click it, activate it, right? That is all you need to do. Once you click on it, it is automatically activated in your chart. Now we believe that most of the times the Asian range, the Asian section actually ranges, right? Most of the time it's range, most of the time it takes certain direction. All right, now looking at this properly, what we need to wait for is a sweep to the upside, right? Is sweep to the upside. Now let me show you guys some example first, either a sweep to the upside or to the downside. Now make sure you stay to the end of this video so that you understand what I'm trying to explain, right? What I'm trying to explain, guys. Now looking at this, sorry guys, let's start from here, right? Looking at this, basically we have the Asian range at this moment, at this point. Now what we need to do is to wait for a sweep during the London Open. Now it may take 2 hours or 3 hours before the liquidity sweeps happen, right? But then what we need to wait for is a sweep. Now let me show you guys some examples, right? Let me show you guys some examples which we're going to follow. Let me show you guys an example which we're going to follow. Now looking at this, let's assume we have this area as the Asian area, right? The Asian range area. Now let's assume price rallied all the way through this way. Let's assume price did all of this, right? And at this point, before the London Open, sorry guys, before the London Open or after the Asian range, we know that the next section is the London section. Now after the Asian range, let's do all of this, and during the London Open we find out that price, swept the upside. As soon as price sweeps the upside this way, what you need to do is to wait for price to come back into this range so you can take your buys. All right, now this is my bias. So long as I find out that price swept to the upside, then my bias is towards the upside. I'm going to look for buy positions, right? I'm going to look for buy position. Remember I said earlier in this video that this is like it gives you a high probability scalp trades, right? Now looking at this, all I need to do is to wait for price to come back into what? To come back into the zone. To come back into the zone. All right. As soon as price gets back into the zone, now you would agree with me that we have this area as a demand level, right? We have this area as a demand level. Now if price sweeps the upside first, then we are looking to place our orders at any possible demand level. At any possible demand level, guys, we're looking to place our orders on any possible demand level. Now we have this particular demand level, price pushed to the upside, and this particular demand level, price pushed to the upside. Now you can add other confluences such as the FVG, but for me I use the demand levels, right? I use the demand level. At times price doesn't get to the demand level, but you have to stay active, right? Now looking at this, as soon as price gets to makes this particular push to the upside, then we expect price to pull back to this demand level. Then we can look out for is buy position to take out this area, right? A buy position to take out this area. Now it is same as All right, guys, it is same as what? It is same as if price sweeps the what? The downside. All right, I just had to flip the chart, all right, so you could see it. Now if price does this during the section, during the London section and the Asian section rather, right, any of these, what you need to do is to wait for price to sweep either to the upside or the downside. Now in this case, this is for the set scenario, right? Now price swept the lows right here. What you need to do is to wait for price to come back. Now you must wait for price to come back first. You wait for price to get back to this area and tap into a supply area. Now this is a supply area because price rallied all the way down. This supply area because price rallied all the way down. Now you can take your entries. You can take your entries, right, at any supply area. Now remember that if you have two supply areas, then one would always be at the premium and the other will be at the discount. Now you're to sell at the premium level. Now depending on what you're seeing in the market will determine where your entry would be. All right, and you know I talk about FVG level. I said you can also identify FVG levels, right? Now this particular concept coupled with or combined with my psychological levels, most of the time I take my trades at these psychological levels which I actually identified on my chart. And in my next video I'm going to show you guys how I place these psychological levels using 50 points, guys. All right, now let's dive into the chart so I would explain each and every one of these clearly to you guys. All right, now coming back to the chart, let me invert scale. Now looking at this carefully, guys, looking at this carefully, let's start from here. From here, let's take this as a FX example, right? Now looking at this, we have the Asian range, and what happened after a while? Price did what? Price pushed down. Price swept this level, right? Remember in the concept I said you have to wait for price to get back into this range. Now as soon as price swept this level, what are we expecting? We're expecting to take our sell at this particular area. This is supply area and this is a supply area, right? We have this particular area here as a supply area which we spotted, right? And we have another supply area around here. Now if you watch closely what happened earlier, as price pushed back into the range, price almost tapped this supply area before dropping all the way down, all the way to the downside, right? You can see price almost tapped this supply area all the way to the downside. Now all of these levels from here can serve as a supply area, right? You can see price just tapped into it and pushed all the way down, and after a while price rallied back up, right, and still tapped this supply area towards the downside, right, during the Asian range section. Now that is by the way, right? Now let's look at the second example right here. Now this is the second example right here. You can see that the next day price actually broke the low, the Asian low. Now this is your Asian low and this is your Asian high. Price broke the low and went back into the range, right? Not getting to this psychological level. In my next video I'll talk about this psychological levels, right? It didn't get to this psychological level because I tend to take my sales at the psychological levels, right? Now what happened from here? Where can we find supply areas? You can find supply areas here, right? Price did not come back to that supply area, but then what happened? Price took advantage of this psychological area, right, this psychological zone towards the downside, went back up, tapped this supply area. Now this is now a new supply zone. This is how I trade this particular model, right? Price tapped into this new supply zone because price had already retested back into the zone and pushed back low. Now what happened? Price still came back to this particular supply zone and rallied all the way down. You can see how simple this is. It is just for you to wait for price to break either the upside or the downside and then you check out for demand areas or supply areas before you take an entry. Now this is the second example, right? This is the third example. Now looking at this, what can we find here? We notice that price actually did what? Price actually broke out of the Asian range, right, towards the downside, and this area is what is the supply area. Now mind you, this is a 15 minutes time frame. This area is the supply area. Now what happened? Price rallied back towards the supply area and dropped towards the supply area and dropped. All right, now I took this particular trade last week, right? As price was rallying down, I just took an entry here, and as you can see, it got to my psychological level. Now I'm going to show you guys, remember I talk about the psychological level, I'm going to show you guys how you can trade these psychological levels. All right, now that is how I trade this particular pair. Now mind you, this particular strategy is not 100% holy grail. Remember I said to you guys that it works 90% of the time. All right, it works 90% of the time. Now looking at this is not a proper break. Why is it not a proper break? Because it is a week out. We got a week out, and then price rallied back in. You can see that this candlestick closed in this range. Now this is not a proper break. Now what happened here? We found a proper break to the upside, right? We found a proper break to the upside. Now looking at this, a proper break to the upside, what transpired? We know that price is going to push up. Having seen that price broke the Asian high, we know that price is going to push up. Now what do you need to do, or what do you need to look out for? You need to look out for demand areas, right? You need to look out for demand areas. Now looking at this is a demand area, a demand zone, and from here is a demand zone. All right, because price first pushed out, right? We tested back into the zone. You can see it just tested into the zone. This is a demand area at this point, right? And you can see price just came back into it and flied up. I even took a trade. I'll show you guys the screenshot. I took a trade around this zone. All right, I took a trade today around this zone and made $80. I'm going to show you guys the screenshot. The screenshot is right here on your screen. All right, now this is how I trade the Asian range kill zones, guys. As you can see, price is already flying up. I think I got out of the trade, right? I got out of the trade, right? Now price is already flying up, and these psychological levels, guys, watch my next video, guys. I'm going to explain how I came about these psychological levels, all right, and how it tends to work. And I'm also going to explain the risk management behind trading this particular model, right? See you guys in my next video. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on notification bell, so that each time I post a new video, you'll be the first to watch the video. All right, now see you soon in my next video, guys. Peace out. I love you all, guys.